Noah Hiles of the Post-Gazette. You can follow him right now for trade updates, trade stories, trade information, all of that. Noah Constrictor, how are you? Busy, I guess, huh?
Busy, tired, but we're locked in, Joe. This is the big day of the year.
All right.
For baseball.
Bednar, Keller, does one or both get traded?
I think one of them does. I think Bednar still gets moved. I think it's going to come down to the wire. There's a bidding war going on for him. You're seeing some of the suitors take on other relievers rather than him, but I know teams are still interested. He's just going to come at a high price. And as these hours tick away, we're going to see teams, I think, get a little bit more desperate and be willing to pay that high price.
So you don't get the feeling that teams are scared off, even though he's been red hot for a while. He was sent to the minors early this year and had last year's, severely up and down season. You don't get the sense that people are scared off by any of that?
I don't think so. No, I mean, when you look at the overall body of work, this is three really, really good seasons in the last 4 years. There was even some good stretches last year. I think you can easily explain what went wrong if you talk to anyone in the organization or anyone who's been around him. It started poorly. They probably should have put him on the IL to start the season. Instead, he rushed back. They put him in high leverage spots. He got in a funk and couldn't recover from it. But right now, I mean, he's throwing the ball better than he ever has in his career. This is a guy who is built to pitch in leverage situations, and teams want that at this time of the year.
What does he bring back? A AAA hitter? An established hitter? What?
I think it depends on the organization that acquires him. I think you're probably better off trading him for prospects. I know that's not what fans want to hear, but when you look at the reliever returns, a lot of them have been like the relievers in Bednar's category or caliber. They're getting elite prospects. I don't know if you're going to get an elite position player or an impact bat for a relief pitcher. I mean, I don't think how many buyers, have traded away an impact bat over the last couple of days. It just looks like that's not happening on this year's market. It looks like prospects, on the other hand, are up for grabs. There have been a handful of top 100 prospects moved, and almost all of them have been in deals revolving around relievers. So I think at the very least, you can expect a top 100 prospect for this guy. And if not, if the prospect capital is lower, then maybe you get a big league hitter with some lower rated prospects. It just depends on the organization, because some of the teams interested have better farm systems than the others.
You said the other day, I believe, on one of our shows, that Bob Nutting has stepped in the past to keep Bednar here. Is there any danger of that happening again?
I don't get that sense this time around. When that happened, I mean, that was prior to 2024. So Bednar was he was back-to-back All-Star. I think there might have been interest in extending him at that point in time. I don't know that for sure, but I just know that I think Nutting wanted to keep Bednar because there hadn't been the bad year yet. He was a back-to-back All-Star. He was among the best at his position. He's the hometown guy. And, they probably could have got a lot more for him back then than they can now, actually. When you look at what he was worth probably back then, he was probably similar value to like what Mason Miller just went for. But now you look at what he's worth with an extra year of control, probably a little less, but still a lot more value. And the Pirates are in a different position. Back when that trade was denied, you got to think they were extending Mitch Keller. They were getting O'Neal Cruz back for a full season. They just had that strong finish in 2023. There was some optimism around the team that they had yet to play their best ball. People still believed in Hayes. People still believed in Jack Sawinski. It's no longer the case. They need hitters. They need to improve their farm system. That means you got to part way with assets that you really appreciate.